So since we're live, what I'ma do is end the stream yesterday abruptly because I had some shit to do. I didn't actually. I just had some time yesterday. I should have done it, but the stream is now we have an issue because what I need to do now is, well, first of all, I'm sure this mob switch is turned off, but before I can even check that, I think the farm is done now. Basically did everything until I decided to end this fucking stream. Now this is me being retarded, obviously, but what is also a problem is that I need to check the check, which if I check the check, I can get the guard.
This is the easiest guardian farm in Minecraft, and this is now, if you do not have step is just place a couple torches on top of the portal to stop mob spawning, and now make your way to the AFK area. In 5 minutes, we got.
Okay, so I will say it as many times as I need to. Listen, fools. There's one important thing y'all forgot. Let me tell you. Before I actually run the farm, let me sort my inventory, obviously. Obviously. Could have done this last stream, sure, but I ended up playing like a fucking fool. I'm very sorry for that. Why is my hand cold? Like, it's getting air. Where is it getting air? Where? I understand it now. Okay, well then. Got some wet sponges. Which do I? What's this? Not enchanted. And do we have an enchanted hoe? No. I can just do this one though. And I have 29. And how many emeralds I got? Fuck! And how many books I got? Because I need the enchanted efficiency 5. Because according to ChatGPT, fastest tool to destroy sponges. Oh, so we need an efficiency 5 mending, and I'm bringing 3 hoe. So this is Aqua Affinity Minecraft. It's a hammer that mining speed increases mining speed underwater. Freak that! Luck of the sea, sharpness, power, quick, protection, thorns, piercing, ban, piercing. Yeah. Okay, efficiency 5, huh? Whoa! Whoa! Leave me alone, guys. Burn to hell. They can't get down here anyways. I don't know. I don't understand why they can't come down here. I just don't think. Can I use a book from here, like quick charge 1? I don't need that. Thorns 3, goddamn piercing with a bam, damn son. Rock of the Sea 3. Oh Jesus, fuck Christ, holy fuck God. Yep. I just took off the book then. Bam bam. Bam, bam, ba, 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 ba. Before we do that, hold on. Let me just where I put it. Let me just put it here. I can't put it back because I turned on books. So here. Yes. Surely I will not forget. Right? Who knows? We'll see. So I need more chests, so I'll put more chests here. We'll have more chests. The day I need to move all of that stuff is going to be annoying. I'm prepared. Not. A bowl of soup. Why the hell would I keep that? I see. Now, this is stupid. This is not even. I'm not even anything doing with the farm. Just wasting time now, isn't it? Whatever. What it is. Can't really change it. Put these into blocks. Bit more space. Nice. So these I need to put in another. Oh, I have more item frames here. Didn't notice. That's something I'll use put here. Where's my totem? Oh, okay, so I don't know what to think. Wanna get some ink, theoretically speaking? I mean, this thing right here. I got some ink. This is an indirectly ink farm. We'll build an ink farm though. Also. A dolphin just got through the portal too. That's interesting. Well, listen, aren't they targeting the Tom and Piglin too? Depends on if he moves, right? Look at them in the middle. Well, they should push each other away. That's a lot of there's a lot of shit I get. That's amazing. I don't know where the zombie piglin went, but I'll take that. This is pretty goddamn efficient. Because they get away. This is amazing. Gone, dead, he's dead. They're all dead. Look at them. Dead. They're all gonna die. All these things, if I would want to kill them like that, barehanded, it's just ass. You can't kill them like that and farm them. You just literally need to make a farm. That's insane. Like for iron, you go in a cave and you can get a lot if you cave long. Of course, you get more for iron farm, but this is just way better than. There's no better way to get him for this. Go inside, mate. Thanks. Come on. Swim inside. Yes, sir. Look at this guy. Instant death. One more minute. One is wondering how to get through the portal safely. I don't know. I literally don't know. I have no idea. So I guess we just need to figure it out, don't we? What a fool would say. Set up a second portal there, I'm good. Because they're not going back to the portal, so I'm good. I'm actually good. been 5 minutes. $37 ink. Do I need an ink font? You got that shady going on. What do I get for prismarine crystal? Nothing. Prismarine. Prismarine brick. Sea lantern. So just technically speaking. Yo, all overstacked sea lanterns, that's insane! That's all I need, literally. I'm being dead ass. Yo, this shit's perfect. Why did I craft a sea lantern? I don't want a sea lantern. Well then, I mean... $44 ink just like that. I take that home. I don't need the... I don't need that. But while I'm at it, let me just take everything home. The farm is working. Nice. That's convenient. What a fool would say. Listen. Convenience might be nice. But y'all know what's nicer? It's me sorting out that shit. I don't... And that. That's cool. And what's not cool is that it indeed is nighttime. So I wanted to get some emeralds. That's so dumb. I just use the emeralds. Oh, that's not enough. Still not enough. The fuck? Probably burned to death. Despawn. Where does the raid start? Yes, sir. Are you guys? Are you guys? Rita, how do you end up dying? I'll get it. Piercing 2, I'm breaking 2. Could you please stop dying? What the fuck? I can see myself bombing this whole thing. Not yet though. But it will happen after I... find a better raid farm. I mean, while we're talking about the raid farm.
I spent the last 8 months designing this new automatic raid farm. It bypasses the newest nerfs in 1.21.2, meaning all previous automatic raid farms will not work any tips. You can build this farm anywhere, but the easiest place is where you have access to at least one villager and a big body of water. If you know your world's seed, you can find the location that has both a village and some water. Otherwise, you can just catch a nearby villager in a boat and then use the lead on the boat to pull it over to the nearest body of water. Now come into your settings and change your video settings where your render distance is and bring it down so it just says 8 chunks. Now you want to swim away from any land mass so that you're no longer able to see the edge of the land. So I'll go a little bit further this direction, so no matter which way we look, we do not see any land. And if we do F3 plus G, this will show us where the chunks are in the game, and we're currently inside this chunk, and we're going to build the farm roughly in the center of it. So near the center, we're going to go down to the bottom of the water, and we're going to start digging all the way down to -1 Y level. Now once you get below the sand or gravel, go ahead and knock out a hole on both of the north and west side, and then dig down a little bit and knock out another 2 holes in north and west side, and just make a total of 3 of these. Restoration 3 as well as Aqua Affinity enchantments will help you on your helmet, as well as having some decent tools. So now it says -1 right here. Now we're going to turn to the direction of east, which is right here, and we're going to dig out 2 blocks, and this is where you can get some more air. Then we're going to dig to our right or south, and we're going to dig out 2 blocks over here as well. And then we're going to continue digging downwards until it says -31. So now it says -31 right here. And at this point, you want to put in a workstation. Composter is about the cheapest. Then you can go ahead and swim back up this hole right here until you get to this level right here. Now we'll put a temp block over here, and then we're going to come in and place some kelp on this block right here. Then we're going to bone mill it all the way to the very top until it doesn't use any more bone meal. Now we're going to come in and break the kelp, and then we're going to mine out this block right here and replace it with a magma block. Now come in and place a sign right here. This will create a little air pocket. And then go ahead and go into the magma, go into swimming mode, and then start swimming upwards. Make sure you're sprinting and just keep pushing into this corner, and you will eventually be able to swim against this downward pulling bubble column. It will take a little while, but you don't have to worry about drowning. Now once at the sea floor, we can go ahead and build up around a bubble column. I'm going to use glass just so you guys can see inside of it, but you can use whatever block type you want to at this point here. And then just build this all the way until you get to the surface where we have the villager. Know of some Minecrafters that could use this farm? Be sure to tell them. Now you can go ahead and break its boat, and then we're just going to push the villager down this little bubble tube that we just made, and it should pull the villager all the way down to the very bottom. Then just hop in and follow the villager all the way down to the bottom. The water down below will automatically push the villager off to the side and into the corner here. Now turn our hitboxes by pressing F3 plus B, and we can remove this block without damaging the villager. Now the villager will end up in this corner over here. And now just go ahead and back yourself into the magma and block off this. This will drop the villager down the hole. And the villager just rides this water all the way down to where its workstation is, and will automatically get it as its profession, which officially makes this a new village. And a village is exactly what we need in order to start a raid. Now come in and fill the hole where the villager just went down by placing a block down at this level here, and then go ahead and remove this block so you can come over here and get some air. Now we're going to put in a small amount of redstone, which is going to activate the moving system between pulling the player down and pushing the player up. So we're first going to put a wall in right here. Then we're going to detect the wall's changes using an observer pointing that direction. And then just come in and place in a block there to stop the water from pushing you around. Swap out this block with a full squared block. And then after this observer, we're going to swap out this block with a full squared block. And then after this observer, we're going to extend the block with a full squared block. And then after this observer, we're going to extend the pulse by putting a repeater in with 3 redstone ticks of delay. And then that's going to go into a block, which is then going to power a copper bulb down here. This will make a T flip-flop, which will read using this comparator here. And this comparator will put its power into this block, which will power this redstone dust right here, which will turn around, power this block here. And this is a block which is going to power a piston, which is going to push this block of soul sand into the location where the magma is. So it would change the bubble column from pulling the player downwards, pushing them up. I'm going to come in and place in some glass just so I can kind of watch the redstone when I come down here. But on the opposite side here, we want to make a gap and then put in another normal piston right there. Then we're going to come in with a torch that is going to be on the side of this block here, and then we're going to remove these blocks right here. And this is going to go into some redstone, which is going to point into that piston there. And then out of this side, we're going to place in a repeater and put it on 2 ticks. Now place a torch down here to keep mobs from spawning. So now we can go ahead and give this a try. Come over here to this wall right here, and if we add another block right there, and give this a try. Come over here to this wall right here, and if we add another block right there, it's going to create an update, and it's going to change it. So now we have the soul sand there, and if we remove this block, it should update it and switch it back. So it's working properly. And then come over here, and we're going to start digging our way up to the surface, standing on top of this wall right here, and then we're going to make sure to fill in these blocks that we came through. Then we're going to start removing blocks above us and then stacking up with the walls all the way up. Just make sure there's no caves or holes on the sides, otherwise it'll change the shape of the walls, and then the observer down below won't be able to detect it when we're trying to send a redstone signal downwards. And when you made it to the surface, just continue upwards until you reach the surface of the water here. Now we're going to come on either side of this walls, and we're going to place in some full cubed blocks. That way the wall's shape is consistent from the top all the way to the very bottom. Now if you happen to build the farm in a lukewarm ocean or warm ocean, you want to come in and fill in these corners here on your little glass elevator. That way pufferfish don't get too close and poison you. We'll take this all the way to the surface. Leave a like on the video as these farms take hundreds of hours to design. Now we're going to build the killing chamber on top of here where the raiders will spawn and the player will kill them. So just copy what I do. I'm going to use iron blocks so you guys can easily see the block edges. You can use any solid block. We're going to place in an iron trapdoor at the top of this here. And we're going to fill in this hole over here. I'm going to also use glass in areas where you don't need full blocks. That way you can kind of see what's going on inside. We're going to remove this block here, and we're going to do a similar thing over here, creating some flowing water to align the player when moving up and down. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to place in a trap door, which is going to be used to send a signal down this cobble wall, because every time you flip it, the actual wall changes shape, which is detected by our observer down below. We're then going to come out this direction a total of 4 blocks. Then we're going to go this direction a total of 4 blocks. Then we're going to place a block right here, 2 more on the side like so, and one that's just a little bit of a diagonal right there. Then we'll come in and place in a piece of glass right there. Then we're going to place in a block over here as well as 2 more over here, so it looks like this. Now starting from this corner here, we're going to place in a block right there as well as one right there. Now on the next layer up, we're going to place in either mud or soul sand on these 4 sides around the player. Then place in a trap door up against this side here, so that when it opens, it ends up over there. Now over here, we're going to place in a block right there with a sticky piston on the side facing towards us that has an observer block that is facing downwards, so you can get into the water like this in order to place it in. Now we're going to place in a block here as well as one over here and 2 more right there. Now we're going to build a hopper clock by placing in a piston right here, and on the opposite side over here we're going to place in a sticky piston. Then we're going to place in 2 comparators facing opposite directions as well as 2 redstone dust on either side, and then we're going to come in with the actual hoppers. We're going to have one hopper facing this direction and another hopper facing back into it like so. And then lastly, we're going to throw in a redstone block right there. Now we're going to place in an observer pointing towards us on the side of this comparator like this, which is going to push power into a repeater on full delay, another one, a third, a fourth, a fifth, then a 6th over here, a 7th, and then lastly into a piece of redstone which is going to flip and flop this trapdoor. Now for the next layer, we're going to come in and place blocks 3 right here. Then we're going to place in a block over top of this repeater, and then we're going to place 2 blocks here and 1 like so. Then we're going to place some blocks over top of these hoppers so that they no longer will check for entities above them, and no new items will fall into them. We'll place another glass there, and then we'll come over here and place a sticky piston facing downwards so that it can move that observer up and down, which will eventually send the player up and down in the water stream. On this side over here, we're going to place in a gate. We'll place another block on the side of this, and then we're going to place in a stair so it's upside down and also facing this direction. And then on the side of this piston here, we're going to place in another stair, but it's now rotated, and then we'll put a fence in right here. And then we'll place in another block over here with another upside down stair like so, and then a fence right there. Then we're going to place in 2 more glass blocks with a last upside down stair right there and a fence right there. And this is what it should look like. Now come in and close that trapdoor for the time being. We're placing a boat right here. We're then going to ride the boat this direction, and we're going to open up this gate here so we can fit it in between the glass over here as well as this upside down stair, and we'll stick it in just like so. So the second boat's going to be placed in right here, and then we're going to ride it so that we put it up against this corner between this fence as well as this upside down stair. And then the next boat is going to be placed in over here, and we're also going to ride it in between the fence as well as this upside down stair here. Don't mind if that other boat moves. And then the last boat's going to go over here. It might be a little bit tricky to click around that area here, and then we're going to ride this one into this little hole right here. And we'll come back and fix these 2 boats a little bit later. Now we're going to come in with some top slabs. We'll put one there, and there, like a C shape. Then we're going to come in with a wooden trapdoor that opens and closes at the top piece there. Now over here, we're going to place in a piece of glass there as well as right there. I'll place in 2 temporary blocks right here, and then we're going to hop into this boat. Then we're going to ride it towards this corner over here. We have this upside down stair as well as this fence over here. Once we have it pushed all the way into this corner over here, we can click on this block with a hopper, and then that will hold this boat in place. Now we come in with our storage. If you're going to use hoppers as well as chests, you can put as many as you want to store as many items as you want, or you can put an automatic item filter system as well as store system. And in a future raid video, I will be covering a specific item filter that you can easily apply to this one. So look forward to that. So now let's put in some more redstone. We're going to have redstone go up here all the way to here. Then we're going to have a repeater right there. And don't want to forget to put a redstone dust right there. We're also going to have redstone over here going downwards, and then we're going to have some redstone on top of this block here, but first we need to get rid of this water. So we'll come in here, place a block in here, we'll knock out that wall, place a block in there, as well as remove this trapdoor and place in a block right there. Now we can go ahead and remove this, put that wall back in, put the trapdoor facing this direction back in, and now there shouldn't be any problem putting in this redstone, as there won't be any water to destroy it. Then we're going to place a solid block on top of this fence here, as well as one right there, and a piece of glass on this side. Then we're going to have a trapdoor facing this way, so when it's open, it's like so. And then we're going to continue with our glass along this side, and then we'll go this way 2 more blocks, and inside of here we're going to have a fence right there, and we're going to have a gate that is this direction like so. Now we're going to come in and place in some top trapdoors, and then we'll place 2 glass blocks back here. Now we're going to place in a glass there, a slab here to let items get picked up by the hopper, and another glass over here, and one on this side. Then we're coming with our copper bulb right there, and we're going to read the signal of that, and we're going to put that into a sticky piston, which is going to be on the side of this, with an observer facing downwards. So when this extends, it's going to update this piston, which will be eventually bud powered from this block, which is sitting right here. Now we're ready to put in this boat. To do so, we're going to have to open this up, remove this, and then we're going to click the boat in the center kind of right here. And now we're going to ride the boat over into this corner over here. And then we'll close this gate and put that fence back in. And now the boat is completely held in there so it can't get pushed about. So with that in place, we can temporarily remove this block right here, and we can close this gate back there, then hop in this boat here. Then we're going to drive it backwards so that it's all the way beyond the gate, and then we can drive it forward again, and it shouldn't go as far because now we have it getting pushed up against this gate here, and we can come back in and place in this slab. To finish off this layer, we're going to place in a redstone block here, a piece of glass over here, and And then this repeater is going to push power into this block up against this side, which is going to be toggled by this torch. And we'll also want to place in a block that's over here. Now that this is fully encased, we can come in and shift click some water into that trapdoor to waterlog it. And now we are ready for the next level. We're going to start by having a normal piston there, as well as one over here, and one on top of this glass. And lastly, we're going to have a piece of glass with a last fourth piston facing inwards like this. Over top of this gate as well as fence, we're going to have some more glass. And then on the back side over here, we're going to come in and place in a stair that is facing this direction like that, and another one that's facing this direction. Then we're going to take a glass on this side, and we're also going to place it on here as well as over here. And that way when we waterlog this stair over here, the water is going to come all the way around, but it's not long enough in order to fall into this area. We're going to place in some more blocks. So we're going to have a solid block on top of that trapdoor, one on top of this piston here. Then we're going to have a redstone dust here, but we're going to toggle it so that it's a circle one. And then we're also going to bring these blocks along this side as well as back here. We're going to have redstone dust that goes from here up to here and then into a block right there. And then this will power into 2 repeaters on full delay, which will go into a sticky piston, which we want to be facing downwards, so it moves this redstone block up and down to activate this trapdoor over here. And on this layer down here, we're going to place in 3 sets of repeaters, all on full delay, and spawn proof these blocks. Now we're going to continue to place in some more glass to prevent the illagers from escaping. Place in a solid block right here, and then we're going to have a glass in front of that. So now this layer should look like this. Now we're going to place in glass here and here, as well as a soul sand right there. We're going to place in some glass in this corner. Then a slab here. We also want to have a full block right there. And then we're going to come in and place in a stair that's upside down facing this direction. One over here by this guy, as well as one up against this block here. We want to make sure they're all facing inwards. Now we can come in and fill that in with a piece of glass. We're going to place in a slab on top of this piston and a full solid block on top of this piston. So now this layer is complete. Next we're going to place in some redstone here, and then a gold pressure plate here as well as there. We're also going to place redstone there and over here, and we're going to have a normal stone pressure plate there. And lastly, we're going to come in with a full solid block with redstone there and a stone pressure plate on top of that. Now we're going to place another soul sand on top of that one, then place double glass on either side of here and a extra soul sand with a light on top to prevent hostile mob spawning. Consider supporting me so I can put more time into designing epic farms like this, and this really helps me out, so thank you everyone who has. Now we're done with the main redstone part. We just need to put in some items here. We need to put in 2 stacks of whatever item you want to, and then a stack of 15 like this. Now this farm is specifically designed for hard difficulty, so make sure you have your difficulty set to hard. But because it is on hard difficulty, your player is going to eventually run out of hunger when swinging at the armor stand. So to prevent this, we're going to put in a regen beacon. We need to place the beacon so that it can still give the player the effects even when they're way down at the bottom, which means we need to have the beacon at Y level 50 here. And beacons can put their effects out 50 blocks, meaning that we can put this beacon within 2 chunks of the farm. So look around the area within 2 chunks and find the lowest area and place in your first gold block down at Y level 46. So in this case here, I'm going to have to dig out some of the sand and the stone here in order to make a big enough area so we can actually put in the beacon. And the base is going to be 9 by 9, so you need to clear out that much. So looking at the block down here, and if we look at our target block, we can see this is at Y level 46, so that is correct, and that's the first layer, and then we'll put in the 3 layers above it. So once you have a total of 4 layers of precious blocks,
that's good.
On top of it,
I'm just
and it should
really focused right now.
Activate. We're going to go ahead and change this so that it's resistance as well as regen, and then we're going to hit OK. So now that beacon over there will give us effect even if we're inside the farm over here, and even if we're at the very bottom of the lowest point for the player, which is way down here. For the most items per hour, you want to come in with a second beacon and set it to strength 2. Because with strength 2, you can end up 2-hitting most of the mobs. Set it to the player, which is way down here. For the most items per hour, you want to come in with a second beacon and set it to strength 2. Because with strength 2, you can end up 2-hitting most of the mobs. as well as a third beacon and set it to haste 2. And with haste 2, you can swing your sword slightly faster, meaning you can kill all the raiders slightly faster. And if you want the lowest chance of dying, you want to set a fourth beacon to resistance 2. But at a minimum, you'll need at least to have just one beacon of resistance.
Yeah, four beacons, I get it.
And if you have particles on, you can see that these bubble columns are going downwards. But we want these bubble columns to go upwards. So we're going to come over here to where the trapdoor is. Now by default, we want this trapdoor to be laying flat like that. If it's not, then just flip it downwards. But if your bubble columns are going the wrong direction, just flip it twice, but really quickly. And this will change the direction of the bubbles. Currently mine are going down, we want them to go up. So let's go ahead and do it again. Flip it really quickly. And now you can see they're going upwards. That's exactly how we want it.
Interesting.
Did you know I'm designing an automatic farm for every
I know that.
You can
You're
put all
amazing.
the spreadsheet here. So we're getting really close to starting the raid farm. We want to hop in here. Now with hitboxes turned on, we're going to shift click onto the fence that is back here, and we're going to put some water there. That way any mobs that hop in this boat will immediately get dismounted. We're also going to come in over here, and this trapdoor in the bottom, we're going to shift click and waterlog it. And we'll need to have an armor stand that is sitting at the bottom where that iron trapdoor is at. And then put in a gate here, and we're just going to open it for the time being. Now go ahead and drink one of your ominous potions, and that will give you the bad omen effect. Now you need at least one ominous bottle in order to start the raid farm. You can get your first one from the trial chambers, which there's a 16% chance of getting when opening up a vault, or 14% chance when opening up an ominous vault. Or you can get from a pillager outpost where the captains that are wearing these banners on their heads have a 100% chance of dropping them, or you can get them from the pillager patrols that can randomly spawn. Now this very first time you can drink a level 1, but for this farm to work properly, you always need to drink at least a bad omen level 2 through 5. And to start the raid farm, we want this piston in the background to push this observer over into this area over here. And to toggle this piston, just come in here, break this block here, and put in a button. And then when you press this, it will toggle it over here. And if you press it again, it's going to toggle it over top of this, which is going to start the raid farm. And once it moves, that's going to start a clock. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and walk over here, close this gate, and then we're going to walk in the same spot as this armor stand, and then we're going to jump up and close this wooden trapdoor above us. Now we're inside with the armor stand. So it's a little bit claustrophobic in here. We got our boats which are pushing us towards the center, but after a short delay, we're going to drop the player as well as the armor stand downwards. And this will convert our bad omen as soon as it gets close to the villager into raid omen. And this happens when the player is within 2 chunks of the village. Now when you're down here at the bottom, what you want to do is rotate yourself to these coordinates right here, 136.2 as well as 74.1. This is your rotation as well as your yaw. And if you do this correctly, if you hold right click and have some ominous bottles in your offhand, when the player gets sent back upwards after the machine swaps out the magma for soul sand, you automatically drink a bottle. And if you have the angle correct for it gets sent back up, right click and have some ominous bottles in your offhand, when the player gets sent back upwards after the machine swaps out the magma for soul sand, you automatically drink a bottle. And if you have the angle correct, you should always get the player to drink just one bottle to give you the bad omen for the next upcoming raid. If the player drinks more than one bottle, it means your cursor is a little bit too high. And if you end up drinking no bottles, it means your cursor is a little bit too low. Now it's time for us to go ahead and attack this armor stand, which is going to do damage to the nearby raiders. In order to get the most items per hour, you want to have looting 3 on your sword, as well as sweeping edge 3, that way you can reach out and damage the nearby raiders. And you also want to have sharpness 5, that way you can do the most damage and kill them the fastest, so it moves on to the next wave, allowing you to get more items per hour. Breaking 3 is also helpful because it will prevent your sword from breaking down as fast, and mending is needed in order for your sword to constantly repair from the XPs that come off of the raiders. But the type of sword that you use doesn't really matter. You can use an iron sword, a diamond sword, or a netherite one. Just keep in mind, if a raid does fail, you will eventually wear down your entire sword and it will break and you'll lose it. So there is a chance of losing the sword. But of course, we don't want to be sitting here manually clicking at this armor stand. So we're going to have the clicking done by an auto clicker. I'll put this one linked down in the description if you want to use it. Otherwise, any basic auto clicker that can just do intervals of clicks after so much delay will work. So without any haste beacons, we can set the delay to around 500 milliseconds per click. If you have haste beacons, you can go as low as 380 milliseconds. But if you find the armor stand is breaking, it means you're clicking too fast, especially on servers where there could be lag. You might want to make it more delay between the clicks so you can increase it to 600 milliseconds or 700 milliseconds. Just keep increasing it if you're finding your armor stand is broken. and if you're not damaging the raiders up above every single attack. This means you're not doing the sweeping attack each time, which means you need more delay between attacks. So just by pushing a button, now it's automatically clicking without me having to do anything. But just like before, we don't want to be manually holding down right click the entire time. So instead we can use a trick where the game will think we're actually holding down the button when we're not. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down our right click mouse button. Then we're going to press F3 plus T together. And then once this pops up, we're going to release the right click button. And now what happened is the game remembered that we were holding it down, so that whenever we are able to use the right click button, the player will automatically use it, meaning that we'll drink our potion. But as long as we're facing the armor stand, we're not able to drink, because what the player is doing is it's trying to place the ominous bottle into the armor stand, such as like placing armor onto it. And that's why we move the armor stand with the player everywhere we go, so that we can never drink our ominous potion, and only when we separate the player from the armor stand for a short period of time, we can start the player drinking, and then we can hurry switch them back, and that way they can finish drinking. This is also why we face this direction, so that we can make sure that we don't end up clicking into any of the boats or end up clicking on anything else, which allowed me to make the farm so the player can automatically drink and automatically attack. Now on multiplayer server, it can be difficult because there is a desync between the player and the things that go on within the game, like the armor stand. So if you're not able to find the sweet spot,
Pretty
here,
smart and
you
pretty
just
complicated at the
resort
same
to
fucking
using
time.
a macro that will automatically turn the player away from the armor stand and drink a bottle when you're at the top. And because we drink a level 2 or higher ominous bottle, we'll always get 8 waves per raid. After we kill one wave, there's going to be 15 seconds of loading time before we get the next wave. And after you finish killing the 8th wave, the raid will end. You can see the bars empty, and then it'll say raid victory. So after completing an entire raid, the machine will automatically wait a little while, and then the whole cycle will just keep repeating itself. To make sure that the Vex do the least amount of damage to you, you want to wear a nice set of armor. You want to have protection.
I was about to build a farm, but now I came to realization that fucking AFKing it is not what I wanna do. Ever! So I need to find another design that lets me do the job by myself without building all the complicated unnecessary stuff. And works fast. This is too slow. This is too slow. 30 emeralds. Can you make it faster? Can make the raids faster. It's ass, it's all ass, it's all ass. I mean, the faster way to get emeralds. I need to find something. God damn it. 8,300 emeralds per hour. Is that a thing? If I have 300 emeralds per hour, that means we get I need to look it up. Nope, you're not reading nothing wrong. I finished the... I finished the Guardian farm. I just now recollect some stuff I lost. But while doing that, I'm checking what to build next. Also, you can know that. Also, this farm needs to be rebuilt. Look at that. This is so ass. I need emeralds. I literally need emeralds. Loads of them. Can I ride you? No. Can't even hit me. It's like a skill issue to me. I run 3 stacks of emeralds for the moment. Then I'm good. And then I'm good, so... Like the Guardian farm is amazing. I just AFK for 5 minutes. I have loads of materials. It's amazing. More over a stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks of sea lanterns. So I could craft immediately. This was 5 minutes. So I've AFKing the Guardian farm for 1 hour and done for life. It indeed is peak YouTuber music. Who is you guys? Frick off. I remember almost dying here once because fucking Vexes came and started hitting me. I had to play it with the totems, like bam bam, switch up totems, bam, type shit. Okay, so... I do have an efficiency. The fuck is going on? What's this shit? Don't need that. They indeed are. They indeed are like Vexes are like fallen allies. Think about fallen angels. Just stupid. I don't really like Vexes that shouldn't even been in the game. I don't get it. What have efficiency for? Nope, it's not canon. That's just me hoping it is. I just wanted to check YouTube. Why do I have 2 shuffles? I don't get it. Why do I have efficiency? The fuck? Raid remaining. Who's remaining? This dumbass. Didn't expect to die. Just expected some damage. But how you can't speed this process up of them spawning? There's no way that there are faster raid farms. I don't think so. What should be faster? This is so concerning that I have to think about it. God damn it. Back then they were so fucking fast. But they didn't change the spawn rate. Ha, I don't get it. I get it! Why they were faster. I need to wait here till they all fall down one by one until the phase gets over, and then I can start the next phase. That's what's taking so long. So you can make a farm that speeds up this process, therefore it's faster. Now I get it. Okay, now that I get it, I need to find something. But I'll do this off stream. So oh, they were definitely made to farm. By the way, think about it, because you get totems, and everybody needs totems. Like loads of totems. Loads. Right, victory. That's it? Slow as farm. So what's going up on my phone? Interesting. Okay. Are they spawning yet? Huh? No, this is pretty ass. So ass. Doing this. On stream's ass. Never held a totem in Survival Minecraft before though. It's fine. It's not necessary if you're not playing hardcore if you're advancing and stuff. Because eventually you'll have stuff in your inventory which you like don't want to lose. So just like instead of dying, then just get a totem. Also, you're building the Ender Pearl system, which I think you know what I mean. So you can teleport yourself back to the bases. And so instead of dying somewhere, you just leave the game and rejoin. Bam, you're safe. Also, it's also really good. Now, I wanted to check something on my phone, which is that. Okay, cool. I just need to check stuff. Then this, I can leave the farm running. Yes, this is interesting. And then here, oh, okay, interesting. This is unexpected. I was watching this for like 5 minutes because there's the smoothest loop ever. How is this? After hours of doing the same shit, the same stuff, yeah. I look emotionless after 30 hours of Mario Kart World. Who expected that? Now this guy told me this looks like a loop. How does that look like a loop? Edge boost. Edge boost. Why is the music so loud? Don't do that. There's no loop in this. How's there a loop? Whatever, bro. Whatever. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I did my first stream and we raised over 12 million for charity, most money ever raised in a live stream. What the fuck is up with Mr. Beast? That's crazy. So the kick stream ended, right? Nice, nice. Just let me go on kick and I can see it already. It's over. Okay, so basically no emeralds yet. I don't know. This is ass. This one 3 stacks. Please. No way of speeding things up. Finally understand it. Yeah, this is one of the most stupidest ideas I've ever had. I was about to leave the game. I was thinking like there's no way I cannot escape this shit. I almost fucking died. Fuck, dude. No emeralds. What's this all about? What I do? I don't get it. I just dropped. You just dropped one, mate. Are you done? You. Need more emeralds, guys. Now freeze is gonna take me some time, innit? God damn it. Why? But this, they will not give me any emeralds. Might take it back, I don't know. Yeah. Wow. I think give it to you if you ask politely, not yell at him. You know what? How about fuck that, and instead I'll just yell at them even more. Listen, you fucking fuckers. The more faces we get, the more I want to get out of the fucking emeralds. There we go, that's it, almost filling up. This is perfect. That's it. Asking politely my ass. Ain't helping shit. Die, emerald, bam, easy. Nice. So, getting too much shit already. Oh, just all garbage. Now, why is it garbage? Because I say so. Okay, also, piercing 2, okay, durability, nothing. Nothing. 310. It'd be cool, this is 0. I mean, this is cool. But that's nothing special. But it'd be cool to have a crossbow with 2 same enchantments, like quick charge 1 and quick charge 1 again. Because there was a thing before. It was considered rare and bug. I'm not sure if it can happen though, again, or if they patched it. I don't need more emeralds, guys. I never die. They indeed are, if they would be if there's still a thing, I'm not sure though. I mean, you literally you were able to do everything in Minecraft. You were able to have items that minus, like you were able to have minus 60 dirt, for example. Negative. You were able to have negative amounts of certain items. You were able to have loads of bullshit. You were able to get bedrock in survival, common blocks in survival. Now, were you able to use the common blocks in survival? No, but you were able to. Barrier blocks in survival, god damn it. Well, you just had negative 64 dirt. Just the display was a negative red number. Yeah, you could do so much good stuff. You were able... There was one version where you were able to have OP armor. I am deadass OP armor. You were able to have all enchantments, not just one protection thing, like you have... Now you have to choose between blast protection or normal protection or projectile protection. You were able to have all of them on one armor. That was amazing because you had OP armor, literally. You were safe against creepers, safe against physical attacks, like zombies, with protection, and safe against projectiles, arrows, skeletons. You were also safe. You had like thorns on it too. There was one version where you were able to have infinity and mending on the bow. So you had the best bow infinitely because of the mending. That's not possible anymore. The raid's over. Why is the raid over? They do. Villagers do indeed look kinda silly. But also... you can see like they're... somewhat scary to encounter. Imagine first time playing Minecraft and you see these, like, what the hell, is this another player? No, villagers? No, the fucking grey, what the hell is that? A group, they all charge at you, like, what? Yeah, it's nice and fitting for them. It indeed is. Wait, I built. Ah, yes. Now I remember. So I definitely need to build another pillager farm, raid farm, 100%. Because this is for 3 stacks. Like, this is taking me hours for 3 stacks. It's stupid. It's not efficient. It's not efficient at all. I don't need glowstone. I have a witch farm with redstone. That's not necessary. It's all stupid. But what I need also is a flipping thingy. What? Is but I can't. There's none out there. God damn it. I was able to AFK my stone farm. But now they changed, since 1.20, 1.5, they changed the way angry zombified piglins drop their XP. Which is basically now 0. Therefore I can't AFK it anymore because my pickaxe will break after I don't know how many. Because of Unbreaking 3. 2000 something. Which 2000 is 31 stacks of stone. But that's not that much. That's like 9, 18, 27. It's like, I don't know. What if I build a stone farm in the end, next to the Enderman XP farm. Therefore I'm I'm not able to FK, but I'm able to faster regain XP. So that's why I will also need to. Fuck. So stupid, man. It was the perfect stone farm. It was the perfect stone, not only stone, also cobblestone. Guess I gotta build a cobblestone farm now too, separately. Okay, we have enough shit. And because we have enough shit, I need fuck? Okay. Where is the slab? This is also weird. No. Are we done yet, game? I mean, this is enough to enchant one tool. With the way my villagers are currently set up. But I need to build a villager trading hall. Which I'm kinda pushing away because it's going to be a hall. So therefore it will be a build. Therefore it needs to look extremely nice. So I will need fuck. I will see about that, but also it requires me to obtain all the enchantments which all the villagers can get. Therefore I have a gold farm. I also need weakness potion, which how do you craft a weakness potion? Fermented spider eye. Is there maybe stop lagging. That's bedrock. Weakness arrow. Does that work? Huh. Okay. I'll consider that. Damaging the villager with weakness. But how would I throw arrow? Like this? How many damage does it make? One. Interesting. I'll come to that. Just says legend. From the video before, I didn't even see it. Well, that's nice. Certainly is nice. So take the emeralds. I leave the rest. Back redstone. Well, I'm just dead. And bye. I will never come again. Most probably. I don't know. Interesting. I'm not even AFKing this, I'm getting honey. Just by being here randomly. And I take that. Nice, so now I need to. I don't need to. Yeah, so I will end the stream, watch some videos, and AFK the wither farm myself, just to get some wither skulls for future stuff, beacons, and yeah, that's it for today. I need to end the video. And oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah, the next one. Till then, sayonara.